Many people used to hate on him, but somehow he led the Knicks to the finals, became one of the biggest reasons they won, and now people call him the King of New York.
So this video is inspired by the New York Knicks, and it's about winning.
It's about what actually separates people who collapse under pressure from people who become better when everything is on the line. Is it confidence? Is it discipline? Is it talent? Is it what some people call the winner's mindset? Because when people say, you know what, he just has that dog in him, it sounds cool, but scientifically, it explains absolutely nothing. So in this video, we are going to break down the real science of winning. Chapter 1, the real problem with winning. So here is the first uncomfortable truth. Most people do not fail because they do not want to win. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to have money, have confidence. Everybody wants to be in shape. Everybody want to look better. Everybody want to have their life together. The point is, wanting something is easy. You can sit on your couch and imagine the perfect life. You can imagine the body, the career, the money, the respect. The problem is not that people do not want the outcome. The problem is that people do not want the process. Most people would like to build confidence without ever feeling embarrassed. And this is where people misunderstand success. They think winners are people who feel motivated all the time. But that is not true. Winners are people who have built a system that still works even when motivation is not there. Because the truth is, motivation is almost never there. And this is actually where the science starts to back this up. There is a theory in psychology called self-determination theory. The simple version of the theory is this: not all motivation is the same. Some motivation comes from pressure, some motivation comes from guilt, some motivation comes from wanting people to respect you, and some motivation comes from actually caring about the thing itself. And that difference matters, because if your entire reason for doing something is that I want people to think that I'm impressive, the moment people stop clapping, you start falling apart. If your reason is, I need to prove that I'm not a failure, then every mistake you make feels personal, and every mistake you make feels like a personal attack. And now you're not learning anymore. You're defending your ego. And to be honest, that is a terrible place to grow from, because real growth requires you to look bad for a while. You cannot get good at the gym without looking confused. At some point, you cannot become socially confident without having conversations where your brain leaves your body and suddenly you forget how to speak. That is the price. So the question is not just what do I want? The better question is, what discomfort am I actually willing to tolerate? Because if you do not want the discomfort, you probably do not want the goal. Chapter 2, the best trap. One of the biggest reasons people quit is actually because they start with the wrong goal. I used to make this mistake myself. I tell myself I want to be the best, and that's cool. It sounds powerful. But sometimes wanting to be the best is actually a trap. Let me explain. Being the best is not something exact. What does it even mean to be the best? The best compared to who? Your friends, your neighbors, your city? The moment your goal is I need to be the best, every small failure starts to feel like proof that you're not built for this. You go to the gym for 3 weeks and you miss one workout, and suddenly your brain is like, you know what, I'm not actually the best anymore. I might just as well stop. And that is the problem with trying to be the best. It turns every mistake into an identity crisis. So a better goal is just rephrasing the I want to be the best phrase to I want to get better. It sounds less dramatic, I know, but it's about getting slightly better every single day. That is how progress works. And this is where most people misunderstand high performers. They think that the mindset is I want to dominate everyone. I want to be the best at any cost. But a lot of times, a better mindset is I need to improve every single day. I need to become better. And this means that if I go to the gym and don't lift as heavy as the next guy, it doesn't matter because I'm out there. I'm trying to get better. Chapter 3, pressure does not only happen in sports. When people hear pressure, they think of the NBA Finals. Last shot, crowd screaming, millions of people watching, and legacy is on the line. But pressure is not only in sports. Pressure is sitting in an exam and suddenly forgetting everything that you studied. Pressure could be sending a risky text. Pressure could be going to the gym for the first time ever and feeling like everybody is looking at you. Under pressure, your brain does something annoying. It tries to protect you. But the thing is that it protects you in the dumbest way possible. It says, you know what? Don't do this. You might fail. And it sounds helpful until you realize that the only way to get good is to risk failing. So your brain is basically saying, you know what? Let's avoid the one thing that would make us better. And this is why people stay stuck. Chapter 4. Confidence is evidence. So this is where confidence comes in. A better scientific word for confidence is self-efficacy. Self-efficacy basically means, do I believe that I can do this specific thing? It's not that, do I think that I'm amazing or do I think that I'm special? The most important part is that self-efficacy is not fake confidence. It's not telling yourself that I'm him. Real confidence comes from evidence. So your brain asks, have we done this before? And if the answer is yes, even a little bit, confidence grows. And this is why the first time you do anything new, you feel horrible. Your first gym session feels weird. Your first presentation feels weird. But then you do it again and again and again. And you make a new presentation. You go to the gym again and again. And you build confidence.